So basically what I want to talk to you about now is the X Factor from last night. Oh my gosh. Okay, I thought it was pretty good. I basically just want to give you my side of it, what I thought about it. I thought it was good and everything. It wasn't too bad. There were some people that were great. There were some people that weren't. There was one person that was just really emotional. For me, it really was just emotional. Oh my gosh, wow. But do you know what? I'm going to start off with the first one, which is basically what the name's Pretty Boy Karma. Okay, I don't know what they was thinking. Okay, I really don't know what they was thinking, honestly. I guess there's always those kind of people that for some weird reason they actually think that they've currently got what it takes, and it's just like, honestly, you need to seriously just listen to yourself for a minute, okay? You really just need to listen to yourself. It's clear what they thought was actually going to get them through. If you ask me, I think what they was actually counting on were their abs. I think that they was looking at their abs and they was thinking that if we go on there and as long as we keep on raising up our vest, then that will get us through. And that's just not the case. Just hold on 1 minute, my TV is acting up. Oh, let's do the remote. Yeah, turn it down, better rather. Yeah, I think they somehow thought that it was going to be their abs that was going to get them through, and honestly, just forget about it. But you know what? They just came and went, and thank God they just went, or they just went quickly. I was just really glad to hear that. So anyways, that there was the first people, and can you believe it? To be honest with you, they said that they was actually trying to make themselves look like Jedward. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't know what they thought. I mean, again, it's just like, it's kind of like they was relying on everything but their singing. You go on X Factor to have a good voice, to let that get you through. It's about your voice. And Pretty Boy Shithead, or whatever they want to call themselves, they went on there and they relied on their abs, and then they relied on the thought that they actually thought they looked like Jedward for some reason. And it's like they was relying on everything but their voice. Why do that? It's so stupid. I don't know what was going through their head. But do you know what? Even Louis said that, like, he called him something. He said that they make Jedward look like some sort of opposite or something. I forgot what the insult was now, but he said that about them, and it's true. It's true. They just. Honestly, I didn't know what was going through their head. I think what was going through their head was they was just relying on everything but their voice, which is just ridiculous, to be honest with you. So next up, there was Talia, and to tell the truth, even Talia was actually saying that apparently she knew that she could sing. That's what she said. She knew she could sing, but she still realised that there was more that she had to work on and stuff. And I guess she was right about that, to be honest with you. She sang, and I could hear it as well. I could actually hear her voice. It sounded good. It did sound good, but definitely there was more that she needed to work on. She still managed to get through. But there was more that she needed to work on. But you know what? I actually have to remind myself that these are like the first auditions. So to tell the truth, given the way how she sang, even though it wasn't actually 100% that voice, it would have definitely got her through. It's no surprise that she did manage to get through, because she definitely had what they wanted, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, she was pretty good if you ask me. Anyways, also Talia's voice is, no, sorry, not her voice, her smile. I kind of find her smile to be kind of adorable in a way. She's got like, really big lips, so it kind of like, when she smiles, her smile, it kind of goes like up there kind of thing. I'm wondering how the lighting is here. I may need to do something about that. How is that, guys? Better? Just put on my lights, I'm hoping that that's definitely better. So yeah, Talia, she had a cute little smile on her, okay? And she's got big lips, so it's kind of like her smile goes right up there. Really kind of adorable. Then the next person, as far as I can remember, it was Leah. And if you ask me, in my opinion, Leah's got that kind of voice where it sounds really soft and it sounds really strong at the same time. You know what I mean? You know, her voice, it sounds great, and it's kind of like, you know, when you've got a kind of voice that goes, you know, that kind of thing. Just to reiterate here, I can't actually sing 100% myself, to be honest with you, but the reason why I watch X Factor from time to time is pretty much because, trust me when I say it, I come from a family of singers, okay? My mom and my 2 sisters and various other people in my family, they're all singers, and it's what I've pretty much just been brought up in. Which is why when it comes to X Factor, it's always just kind of been something that has been there for me. Anyways, that's how it is with Leah. I thought she was great. And yeah. Also, she was singing Kelly Clarkson, okay? I've got to give her props for that. Kelly Clarkson is she's like one of my girls there. Love her to bits. I think her songs are great. So I thought that was a great choice of songs there, to be honest, to have sung. And also what she said about the job that she works in. You know, she works at a betting shop, but it's not that I was surprised about. It was the fact that she's like the manager. At her age, she's kind of young. I forgot what she said her age was, but she's kind of young. And she says she's the manager. I found that to be really impressive, to be honest with you. Wow, gosh, I thought it was like, when I saw that, I was proper like, oh gosh, she really and truly is on her way. To think that she did that, to think that she's the manager of that shop, and she's now gone on to X Factor and everything, it kind of just makes me think that she's definitely got, you know, big dreams ahead of her, if you know what I mean. She's definitely got like a big path ahead of her. She's got a lot to come on to, if you ask me. So, next up is Drew. Again, I forgot what his last name is. I think it was like Drew Breadlake or something like that. One thing that I will say about him is that I definitely thought it was really great that he had such a huge amount of people supporting him. From what I saw, he brought pretty much his whole family with him to support him. And I just thought that that was really great. When going to the X Factor, as you can imagine, when going for any audition, when it comes to auditions are like one of the most nerve-wracking things that you can go to, hands down. So it's always great to have a whole lot of supporters, in my opinion. So I just thought that that was really great that he had all of those people supporting him. Definitely made like a right move there. And that the song that he was singing, something like the Seven Nation Army, you know, I don't really know them too much, but when he was singing, he sounded just like James Bay. You know, if that song there, if it can kind of like relate to James Bay like that, I mean, you know, I definitely support James Bay. He's another one that I'm just like a huge fan of. Love and bits. I think he does great songs, and if they support that, then definitely, in my opinion, definitely a good choice of songs that he did there. Got to say, man, props, definitely. So yeah, that was him there. I thought it was pretty good. I gotta say, the person next, I don't really remember who they were. It's driving me crazy. Okay, it was a bunch of people, and I don't really remember who they were. It's like a group of people or something. I don't remember their name. All that I do remember is that it was pretty good. But the person that came after that, I've got to say, he is my favourite person of this episode so far, besides Katie. Oh gosh, his story was just oh no, wait. There's one person that I'm missing. There was Kevin. He did a really great song as well. He sang really well, if you ask me. I knew from the moment he started singing, to be honest with you, he's definitely going to get through. But what I also liked, to be honest with you, was his bowler hat. I thought his bowler hat was really great. The only thing that I would say is that he was wearing it not really the way that I wear it. As you've already seen with the bowler hat that I showed you the other day, the bowler hats that I wear, it's kind of like they're just either resting on the back of my head, or I would put it more over, just not completely flat on my head, you know? So yeah, but I love that bowler hat. And do you know what else I love about it as well? How the sides are straight. Okay, the bowler hat that I've got, it pisses me off so much. The sides of my bowler hat, it's kind of like it just curves all over the place. You know, kind of like it kind of makes it look almost like a cowboy hat or something, and it's not that at all. It just gets on my last nerve. The hat that he had, that's the one that I need to get. Or at least one of the ones that I need to get. But you know what? He had a great voice. I thought it was really good, to be honest with you. I thought it was fantastic. Next up would be Nathan. Nathan, what he had to say and his story was so emotional. Oh, I gotta say, I feel for him, and I really do. I really do feel for that boy. It was so heartbreaking that he didn't, get in. He didn't get like 4 yeses or anything. He only got 1. I think it was from Sharon, but that was such a heartbreak there. I'm telling you. He said that apparently like he's a single dad, and he's just got like a daughter and everything, and so it's kind of like he has never really been able to follow his dream too much because he's just got a lot to deal with being a single dad and everything. He's got a lot to take care of, and so he decided that he wanted to do this not only for himself but just for his daughter as well, so that his daughter could just see the kind of dad he is and everything. So as you can imagine, it was so emotional, and I wanted him to get in so much. I'm sure everyone did, and he didn't get all the yeses. He only got 1. And what the judges said, is true. It's true what they said in a way, because on the one hand, you want him to get through so badly, given the problems that he's going through. He's kind of like, you can tell so clearly he could just use that in his life. He could really use that in his life to just, help him out and make things look more positive. But then on the other hand, as great as it would be to have that, the judges, they said that like Simon as well, and Louis, they said that as great as it would be, it's a lot to deal with, and to have a daughter while you're dealing with boot camp and everything, it's just a lot to go through. And they just thought they just said that they didn't really think he was ready and everything. And on top of that, his voice, it wasn't actually 100%. And Simon said straight out that at the end of the day, this year especially, there's going to be a lot of people at boot camp that are really like exceptional singers. And so to have, an exceptional singer singing against a guy that, is say like 60-70% of a good singer, it's just not right. He just didn't really want to feed him false hope, and so he just had to say, I'm sorry man, we can't do it. It was a real disappointment, but as hard as it was to make that decision, I guess they had to. But do you know what? It was so sad. And do you know what else? Do you know what else made it even more hard to deal with? Simon and the judge and stuff, they actually gave him another chance. They told him to, go away, just think it through, maybe, look through your lines and stuff. And they actually gave him another chance. He then came back, and he came back, chose a different song, really and truly just belted it out as much as he could, but the judges still said no. It was so sad, man. I thought as if I was about to cry when I saw that. Oh. I think Sharon did start to cry, to be honest with you. That was okay. Need to just give me a moment here. Give me a moment, okay? Oh my gosh. Anyways, there was that. And that's how it was, I guess, innit? It's the best you can say. And also, his daughter as well. Oh my gosh. Most cutest little thing I've ever seen, man. I want to get my kids so badly. I can't wait to get my children. And I just thought that, his daughter was amazing, to be honest with you. It's the cutest thing ever. You should have seen it. Like, when he was going into the audition, she was like, Daddy! Daddy! Like that. Ugh. I would have loved that, man. When I get my children, I don't want to, say this too much, but I've got to speak the truth, man. When I get my children, at least for the first few years, maybe, I am going to spoil her, okay? I'm going to spoil her. Ugh. Simple as, my gosh. I can't help myself, man. It has to be said. Can't lie. Simple as is said, okay? Unfortunately, it was basically after, I think it was after Nathan that basically just idiots started to come into it. The ones that I just don't really know what they was thinking, kind of thing, started to come into it. There was one that came on, I think his name, it started like with Tofa or something like that. And unfortunately, I guess he didn't come on just looking like a complete twat. He didn't come on like in some next kind of costume or something. But his voice still wasn't really, there so much, But, so he wasn't terrible. I think it was after him that the complete twats started to come on. Oh my gosh. You know, whenever I see people like that, it's just like, what are you thinking, kind of thing. You know, it's just like, and the thing that I don't understand, and on a more serious note, the things that I don't really get is that, you know, you come on in some crazy costume with some next kind of makeup that you would never even imagine, you know, belting out some crazy tune that doesn't even sound like proper singing. What makes you think that by wearing all of that going on into X Factor is actually going to get you through? What makes you think that will get you through? You know, it won't. You know, it won't get you through. And what I don't get is that to prove that, I don't actually think that I have ever seen or even heard of a person in the past that was wearing some crazy costume or something that actually managed to get through on the X Factor wearing all of that. It's never happened, and it never will happen, because that isn't what X Factor is about, you know? And all of what I'm saying here now, just to even put the cherry on top of my confirmation here, Sharon basically said this herself. When one of them, I'm not even going to bother go through them, but when one of these crazy people in these costumes and stuff came on, she actually said to them straight out that, you know what, the costume that you're wearing right now, and, you know, basically just the level that you've gone up and over, and I don't mean that in a good way. You're basically presenting too much, is what she said, basically. And she said that isn't what we're looking for. You're presenting too much, and, you know, the costume and your acting and everything is just not it. Alarm gets on my last nerve. Yeah, that's what she said. You're presenting too much, you know? And so it's just like, she just said it there straight out. So basically you just heard it from the horse's mouth that is not what they're looking for. So why, for the life of me, why do people like that go onto X Factor in some crazy costume, belting out some next tune that doesn't even sound good, and actually think that that's going to get them through? You know, maybe if you went on to say Britain's Got Talent or something, yeah, you may have a chance and maybe pretty good, but this is the X Factor. The main objective on the X Factor is the voice. That's what it's about, your voice, how you sound, okay? What you're wearing and stuff like that, it's just not what's going to do it. It's the same thing that with the Pretty Boy Wonder or whatever, you know, Pretty Boy Karma, you know, they was basically showing up their vest, showing off their abs. They put on this Jedward look, you know, and yeah, there are different people that will do that, and sometimes it does work, but it was more than obvious to everyone that they basically, it's kind of like they was relying on everything else but their voice. You know, even if you're gonna try and do something like that, ultimately X Factor is about your voice. Okay, people like that just got on my last nerve. I don't know what they was thinking, and it's just no surprise that they didn't get through. So, anyways, that is what I thought of the different people that went on last night. I thought that some of them were great, some of them definitely not so great, and one of them just really emotional. There was some others that were emotional as well, but you know, whenever it comes to the people where things are kind of emotional, it's kind of like, you know, when you've got the people that will come on and it's kind of like they'll belt out a crazy sound and they sound amazing. They sound like proper just amazing, they really do. It's kind of like, no offense to them or anything, no offense to them, but you know that they're gonna win. You know that they're gonna win. You know that it's like hands down, what they want to like become a singer or whatever is going to happen, and there isn't really anything that they've got to worry about. You know, but when it comes to various different people who don't actually sound so good, and then you hear that the reason why they don't sound so good is because they've had so much work on their plate, they've had so much, they've had to provide for their family and everything, and do all kinds of different things like that they just haven't had time to be able to practice and work on their voice. When you hear of stories like that, those are the ones that are just really emotional, that just make you think to yourself that you want that person to get it so badly. You know, there's some people that came on today and it was kind of emotional. They started, you know, shedding tears and everything. I think the girl that came on at the very end, she was like shedding tears and everything. You know, gave Simon a hug and everything, bawling her eyes out. And it was all, you know, it was all like really emotional. But she sounded amazing. She sounded amazing. And the moment that you hear her voice, you know that she is going to get her dream. She's going to get it. Hands down, she's going to get it. When you hear of Nathan's story now, where it's like, you know, he sounds good, but the reason why he doesn't sound great is because he is a single dad and has had to deal with, you know, his just other problems and things like that. And that's the reason why he doesn't really sound so great. And he goes on there and he's proper like, I'm gonna work my best and everything, and he's still turned down. Those are the ones that, oh, it makes you want to cry, oh my gosh. It makes you want to just cry so much. It was so emotional hearing that. Anyways, that's all that I wanted to do today. And now that I have told you that, if you guys want to basically tell me what you think, want to give me your opinions, want to maybe tell me what you thought of the episode last night, basically you can definitely, you know, put it down in the comment box just below this. You can basically tell me what you thought of this video. Whatever you want, you know, good, bad, otherwise, like I always say, whatever you want, whatever you need, just lay it out there in the comment box below. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video, and that is that. Goodbye.